Welcome to another edition of
The Metal Voice.
Jim?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what's going on. Everybody's live. Motorhead live. Everybody's live. And one of the bands that came out, and don't get me wrong,
Yes.
because they're unbelievable live. I got my tickets to this year's tour, is Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden. Oh, Iron Maiden. I didn't know where you're going with that. I don't know. Where is he going to go see? Alice
Iron
Cooper?
Maiden.
I don't know.
Now,
Iron Maiden. Live.
I will.
It's actually called Iron Maiden En Vivo.
No,
En Vivo.
that.
That means in live in concert, I guess. Live.
Jim, just a question before
Yes.
we start.
Okay. Let's start. Let's back up here a little bit.
We know Iron Maiden
Yes.
is a great band.
Of course.
They go out, perform 110% every night.
Yes.
Bruce is amazing live.
Scream for me,
He's
San
out
Diego!
there. It's happening. Their power. I can't wait to see them. I will see them for their 5th or 6th time.
Yeah.
Hey, another live album. How does this differentiate from a real live one? A real dead one?
I see a challenge.
The last one, Flight 666.
Yes.
How does this differentiate, Jim? Why another live album?
So you're asking me a question. I'm going to answer that question,
Hey.
Alan. Iron Maiden. I'll answer this question, Alan. The reason why they're coming out with another live album, you know why?
Please do.
Because they are a live band. That's how it all started. They were in the little clubs playing live, and that's what everybody was attracted to Iron Maiden for. The sound of the energy, the yelling, the screaming, the guitars. They are a live band, and that's where they sound their best, live, on stage. And you know what? I love this album. It's another great live album.
So this will be the Final Frontier.
The Final Frontier
Final
tour.
Frontier in Santiago, Chile.
Santiago, Chile!
Again, if you're going to do a live album, either you do it in Brazil,
Greece,
Chile, I guess.
or South America, basically, somewhere
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Do it in Montreal, though. Montreal's good, too. But we're not as loud. Okay, so here we go. The track list. I really like the track list on this. And the sound quality, it's again by Mr. Kevin Shirley. It's a nice, crisp, this is the kind of live albums I like, where you can actually hear the songs, hear the vocals, a nice mix. It starts off with, guess what, Satellite 15. I didn't like this on the Final Frontier.
No, I was confused.
But it makes a great intro.
Of course it does.
To a concert.
Sure. You know what's coming, you're building up.
It's a great build-up.
Was it really done live, or was it kind of recorded?
It was, that I don't know. I guess you're going to have to tell us when you come back from the concert.
Okay.
But it sounds like, they're playing it. Who knows?
Yeah, but they were not going to do this set list. This is Made in England set list coming North America.
You're throwing me off here, Alan. You're screwing me all up,
Everything's live with Maiden. Maiden's live all over.
Satellite 15, and it goes right into the Final Frontier.
Of course.
And what a great opening track. You couldn't get better. This is going to be a song they're going to be playing in their set list years to come.
You think so?
I think so. I think so.
They got
and
a
then
lot of
guess
songs.
what? El Dorado. Hey man, this is a great another song that grows on you.
Off of that album.
2 Minutes to Midnight, The Talisman, Something New, then Coming Home. And every time I listen to this song, I feel like going home. I feel like going home, Alan. I just feel like going home. Wherever I am, even when I'm home, I go.
So very
like
very heavy Final Frontier first CD.
Absolutely. Dance of Death.
CD.
Dance of Death, another great track, and then Blood Brothers. What happens every time you listen to that song? What happens to you? You cried last time I played that song to you.
Not really.
We're blood brothers, man. We're blood brothers. We're heavy metal brothers. I hear this song and I go, and I think of our show.
You really?
I think of our show because we're all one metal community, blood brothers.
That's right.
And sisters.
And sisters.
When the Wind Blows, The Evil That Man Do, Fear the Dark. And then from the old stuff, you got Iron Maiden, Running Free, Hallowed Be Thy Name. And guess what they omitted?
I don't know, Jim.
They omitted Run to the Hills.
That's probably like...
And it's a good thing.
Ace of Spades with Motorhead. One thing I did notice, Jim, and I go to a lot of concerts. I'm feeling older and older every concert I went to.
You're looking
Maiden,
older and older.
What's great with Maiden is they got the old guys that were with them at the beginning, like us, back in the early '80s, and they followed them ever since and supported them ever since. But you got the generation like our kids that are still going to go. They're going to the shows this summer, and so they got a nice mix. They're one of the bands that are still relevant with these type of releases and with their studio albums all throughout the years, compared to some that might just come back on a kind of a like Dawkins. They got a new release out, but Poison, they're opening for Def Leppard, But did they have anything relevant? No, it's more of a nostalgia tour, I would say, Jim.
Keyword, relevant.
Yeah, but relevant Maiden's as relevant today as they were 20 years ago.
Absolutely. And that's the keyword, relevant.
And why is that, Jim? Because of their live shows, like you said. Nobody performs like Maiden. This album would represent, like you're saying, a fine representation of the Final Frontier tour down in Chile. So you got the big crowd, I would imagine.
I'd love to be there. I would have loved to be there, just witnessing that and the crowd just going nuts. What a great fan base in Chile. On another note, so we're going to talk quickly about this because we're both not really big Wolfsbane fans.
Yeah.
So Wolfsbane has a new album.
It ties in nicely.
It ties in nicely. So we'll just talk about it quickly. We heard the album.
Of course, Bayley, Iron Maiden singer.
Yeah.
His first band was Wolfsbane. They opened a few shows for Iron Maiden. Eventually, he became same kind of thing, Jim. Same story. Record company, not making any money. Got some success. Got some out there. Some critical, good reviews, but just didn't have the money to support the band. And of course, Steve Harris had his eye on him. Tagged Blaze to replace Bruce.
Yeah.
And now, all these years later, Blaze did a few solo albums,
which are phenomenal.
Now he's come out with
Wolfsbane. Now, it's called Wolfsbane Saves the World. And when I first listened to it, I was not expecting this at all.
Okay. What were you expecting?
It's heavy metal meets Meatloaf meets some sort of catchy, old school of what Wolfsbane used to do. I was never a huge Wolfsbane fan, and I know you weren't either. But I put this album on and I go, wow, this is a really strong release. Very strong. Probably, this flew under the radar.
Okay.
This is probably one of the best unheard releases out there. It's just, what great singing, what great arrangements, what great guitar playing. I can't say enough good stuff about this album.
One of the things that struck me, Jim, is right away, okay, you know it's Blaze. You hear the songs, okay, that's Blaze.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he sounds much more comfortable.
Yes.
With this setting of songs, and where Maiden, some of the stuff you can see where he might have struggled a little bit, or just trying to fill Bruce's shoes, which nobody can. But here he feels much more comfortable. He's in his element. I think it shows through his performance. It shows through the songs. There's some kind of poppy elements to it. It's
Meatloaf.
Yeah, kind of
Meatloaf metal.
It's hard to explain. I don't know what to compare it to. I'm not familiar with their earlier work, so I don't know if it's an extension or not, or it's where they've left off. I can't tell you. But there's some songs on here that it's a good overall strong album. There's elements there that are kind of different than what you might expect from Blaze Bayley. So,
Blue Sky is the opening track.
Okay.
It's got time changes, but this is a kind of song that would have been like a massive hit on the radio. You feel like getting in your car and just driving as fast as you can. And then there's another standout track. It's called Starlight. It's kind of like a slow power ballad, but again, it's got a little twist. And like you said, his vocals are more comfortable. I mean, he's singing in his range.
Right.
And whenever someone sings in the range, that's where the best qualities of the voice actually come out. Anyways, go out and get Iron Maiden En Vivo. Mm-hmm. Also go out and get Wolfsbane Saves the World. 2 great releases for your CD collection.
Thanks for watching another episode of The Metal Voyage.